What's happening, everybody? Your boy, the Vuslap, in the building. It is the Pentagon Challenge. That's right. I promised something new. Something new has arrived. We're going to do the Pentagon Challenge. Now, this is for all those in the comments that says that I cannot win a title. I cannot win a major title. We didn't win something with Liverpool, Porto, any of those teams, the Vuvuzela Challenge. South American Tour, we didn't win any of the Intercontinental Championships. I can actually win them, guys. And this is a proof that I can do it. We're going to do it in the form of a Pentagon Challenge. Now, for those that don't know what a Pentagon Challenge is, it's basically you've got to win all 5 major continental championships. That's right. So you've got the Asian Champions League, the CAF Championship, which is the African Champions League. You've got the Libertadores Trophy, which is South America. You've got the CONCACAF Championship, I think it's called, in North America. I could be wrong on that one. And then, of course, the Champions League. Now, for that, obviously, we need to load a lot of database, a bigger database, rather. We've got Asian leagues, we've got African, South American, North American, and Europe. I've loaded the top 10 leagues as according to transfernews.com. It was the first website that popped up when I Googled top 10 leagues. And that is where we're heading, folks, to the Pentagon Challenge. Let's make that transition quick. And here we are, July 7th, 2025. I have holidayed all the way here. It took me quite some time, especially with a large database. I have loaded currently the, we can actually just go to the FM button here, go to add new, not managers, my bad. These are all the leagues that we have loaded on the database for now. You can see the European ones and South American ones I've kind of taken out for now, mainly because we start with 0 reputation, no qualifications, nothing, and I don't think we could get a decent job in those areas. We saw how much we struggled in the South American Tour just to get a lower division Chilean team. So I think we're going to stick with Africa, Asia, and maybe North America. We could get someone like a Canadian or a very low league Mexican team. So as of right now, playable. I won't confirm changes. We've got the Algerian League in Africa is playable. Australian League is playable. I don't think we'll get a job in Australia, though. But it is technically fall under Asian Cup, so that's how they are there. We've got Cameroon available, which is probably a very likely choice in terms of trying to get an early job. We've got China available, also a very likely place we might get a job, especially in the GIA League. We've got El Salvador. They should be playable because they are North American. I don't know why they weren't playable, but we'll have to change that. That probably won't get a job until next year anyway, so we'll add it on for now. Egypt is available. Ecuador is not because it's South American. Dominican Republic is playable because it's North American. Czechia, one of the top 10 leagues apparently, so they are in there. England, obviously, I've only loaded up the 2 leagues. By the time we get to Europe, we don't really need the lower leagues, so I might remove some of the lower leagues there. Ghana is playable, of course. Japan is playable, but I'm very unlikely we'll get a job immediately in Japan. Cote d'Ivoire is available. Iran is available, up to the 4th division in Iran, by the way. A shout out to Timo for the database. We've got India as an option, Mexico as an option, Morocco, Nigeria, Panama, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Puerto Rico, Senegal, South Africa, Korea, United States of America, United Arab Emirates, rather, Tunisia, and Thailand. Those are all the ones that are playable. There is, like I said, a lot more that are that are just view only for now. Once we progress through it, we will add those leagues in and remove some of the other leagues. So, for example, if we go to Saudi Arabia, we win the Asian Champions League, we remove all the Asian teams, and then we move on to the next continent, basically. So there is that. Also, with teams of course, the Pentagon Challenge, I need to explain our rules first, because I've got very specific rules that I have in place for the Pentagon Challenge. Obviously, the manager, starting with my current age, I am currently 36, because we had to fast forward to the 7th of July, 2025. We've got our player here. We've built some stuff. I actually got 1 extra point. I had that as 5 for tactical, and it's now 6. Also, we got 2 technical and 2 mentals, which is great, and everything else here has improved. I don't know how it's improved going on holiday for the last 2 years, but hey, it works. We start with no qualifications, zero Sunday Football League. I do have all these languages because I am set as English, as South African. I don't know why Portuguese is on there, or Spanish. That is weird, because I'm not fluent in Spanish or Portuguese. I'm fluent in Greek, and Greek isn't there. But anyway, so that is how we get. And then, of course, when going forward, we have two very important rules when picking clubs. Number one is the club cannot have won their Champions League before. So we can't go for like a Man United or a Liverpool or a Man City or Real Madrid or Barcelona. We've got to pick teams that haven't won the Champions League before. And rule number two is we have to use a brand new tactic every time we sign up for a club. That is rule number two. We cannot repeat tactics for different clubs. So we've got to make a plan to try and change tactical style completely. And then rule number three is there has to be at least one youth player in every single winning squad. So building up the squad, we don't need the youth player, but if we go to the Champions League, in the Champions League games itself, we need to have at least one youth player playing in the Champions League finals. That is the rules that I've set out for myself. That is where we're at. We're looking at jobs, ladies and gents. We're looking at jobs. I've got everything lined up here. All the different leagues. Nigeria's got some jobs. Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Egypt, Algeria, Cameroon, South Africa, Honduras. There's a Costa Rican team in there as well. That's the national teams. Anyway, what we are going to do is we are going to apply all, and we're going to see where we get. I don't really know where we should be looking at in terms of Africa and Asia. What level? I'm guessing the lowest possible leagues we'll get. But what I'm going to do is just apply for all of these, see who gives me interviews, and we'll take it from there. And then we'll see what's happening. So apply all. Boom. Done. 287 jobs available. Some of them already unsuccessful. Some Saudi teams. A lot of them have received application. Right. Let's fast forward ahead. Maybe we get something. Maybe we don't. We'll go about a week ahead. And maybe we get something, guys. Right. So I didn't expect this. But we've got a lot of job interviews. You can see this on the side. A lot of job interviews. Right. I need to go through all of these. I'm probably not going to do all of them. We're going to pick the one that's best suited for us, right? Essentially, who's ever offering the most money going through all of this. Let me go through all of these. I will show you the interview process for the ones that I select that are good enough for my sort of position that I want to be in. So like we got, for example, Panama Viejo playing in the Panama League. I'm guessing they've never won anything, really. The Liga Panama de Football. They've won the league. Is there only one league in Panama that we've loaded, I think? We've got the second division as well. Vallejo are in the second division. Yeah, so like a team like Vallejo, as much as I like them, their name, apparently this league is rated as the 15th best league. Don't know how Panama got in there then. But anyway, it could be maybe I just didn't change the stuff. But they've got some money in the bank. They don't have a bad season budget. They've got a decent sized, I'm going to say decent sized squad. If you add the reserves and under 21s, maybe we can make a squad out of this. Might be fun to play in Panama for a bit. I mean, it's always a start. And I like the look of this team in terms of money-wise. But it is Panama, so I don't know what type of players we are going to recruit when it comes to Panama football. Of course, I also have mask attributes on, so I can't see if these guys are any good or not, which is interesting. I'm going to do this one, though. I think it's fun to go in Panama. They've got a lot of money, so let's do this interview. Let's attend it. Let's see what's happening here. Let's speak to Eduardo Rodriguez. Hello, Vasily. You're invited along today so we can put forward a vision of the club and suggest da-da-da-da-da. Listen, if you've done this, played this game, you know all of these steps. Up for a few jobs. I'm just doing what I can to keep progressing. I'm just exploring my options. That's all I'm doing. We parted company with our last manager much sooner than anyone anticipated. Can you offer insurances that you won't be a repeat of it? You know what? I don't want to make the promise that my intention to commit to a long, successful career with this club. I don't really want to, because obviously, once we've done everything we can do at the club, we move on until we can find a club that we can win the Champions League with. Club is hiring to a manager comfortable with limited resources. I don't like that, but I'm going to say I am good. I'm good at keeping finances good. Long-term projects, play defensive, solid football, play possession football, play high-tempered football. So just to give you guys a little bit of insight, I'm using the board culture as an idea of what type of tactic I want to play in. So this is obviously going to be defensive, possessive football, but fast pace. So counter-attacks, defensive football is where we're going with this one, just to show you that I can actually build tactics, and that's what we're going to do. It looks exciting. I'm happy with that. If hired, you expected the guy, the team to top half finish. I think we can do that. That is not a problem. A budget of 106,000 is suitable. I guess that is fine. Don't really know what the wage is looking like. Wage budget of £4,870 isn't great. I don't need to consider anything else. We're done with that interview. Let me go through the list. 107 messages to go through. Let me go through all of those quickly and see which teams appeal the best. And I'll come back for those interviews with those teams that appeal the best. Right, so we have a few job offers to go for. The first one being USM Annaba, playing in Algeria. 1 million in the budget. That is something ridiculously good. Never won the African Champions League, which is great. It fits our criteria. Their squad is a little bit slim, with only 5 players in the first team and a full under-21 squad, but we can make this work. We can definitely make this work. Let's go to the Union Sportive Mandete Annaba. That's a long name. Interview semi-pro team. We're going to speak to Hachem Zetouni. What's up, Hachem? You good? We can't speak Arabic. It's fine. I mean, I can learn the language. Learn it pretty quickly. There we go. Up for a few jobs. We just said I'm exploring my options. If you merge a successful candidate, we will expect the following. They don't make most of set pieces, so we'll obviously just make a thing that works and work within a wage budget. I mean, that is perfect. Battle against relegations. I think that's fine. We'll just agree with that. 154,000. That's a lot more money than the Panama club is offering. I think that's realistic. And 450 player per week is not great, but they are semi-pro, so we can probably get away with a lot of non-contract players. And that's all they want. The final one, all the way in Mexico, we're going to Coyotes de Talca, playing in the Mexican division. I think I only have the one Mexican division loaded on. There is no relegation. Tepito exempt from relegation. Tepito cannot gain promotion. We have 2 leagues in Mexico. We really have. We only have 1 league in Mexico. Yeah, that's the only league, and they came. Well, we don't know where they came, but they're playing in the top division. There they are. They finished 14th. Where did they finish last season? They finished 12th. So, I mean, it's a start for the Mexican, but where's like Club America and stuff like that? There must be a promotion. There must be a promotion because Club America isn't here. Expansion MX. What does Expansion MX mean? Do you get promoted to the Liga MX? Or do you just play in the expansion? Whoa, I didn't actually look at this. Opening stage, quarterfinal. Don't know what this means. Do you get promoted is what I need to know. Okay, I need to figure all of this out because you go to a prelim, winner qualifiers, whatever, finals. It doesn't say you get promoted. I'm quickly going to head out. I'm going to Google this stuff. I need to figure out what this is. Right, I'm back. I had a Google of why there is no promotion and relegation. So, as of 2020, they suspended promotion and relegations in the Mexican leagues. According to the articles that I read, in 2026, they will continue. And I've noticed on here, it says start date 19th July 2025 to 23rd of May 2026. So I'm guessing in 2026, the game has programmed that there will be promotion and relegation again. With that being said, I am going to apply for this job. I am going to attend the interview. I don't think I'll get it, to be completely honest. They're a 2-star rated team. We're half a star rated manager. So I'm going to try it, and I'm not here for the long term. That is definitely something. Don't need a budget for that. Play possessive football. I like that. That allows me to do a gegenpress if I wanted to. So that is it. Those are all the interviews. Oh no, there's still 2 more. Destiny Boys. I like their name. Playing in Nigeria. They have a big budget. Let's do this one. Destiny Boys. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. Lawal? Chukwindi? I don't know. I'm just exploring my options. There's no tomorrow. Everyone has to win today, and that's my motto. Let's go with that. Strive to make progress on and off the pitch. Cool. At least that means they could be happy that I can apply for coaching badges, because we're going to need those. And there we go. Those are just now questions, and apparently we're the front runners for SK Mokini job. Great. That is nice to see. Are we the leading candidate in any of them? Do I go to V? I suppose V would be my name, right? There we go. We are actually the leading candidate for a few. We are the leading candidate for Nigerian Young Academies. They rejected my interview. Yedi Gboa from Ghana haven't replied to me. IRB Segura is one of those I rejected. I'm the leading candidate. And then CS Ndiefa haven't replied to me yet. So those are the 4 we are leading candidates from. None of them that I really want. In terms of the ones I desperately want, it is the one of the Algerian teams that I wanted, the one that's quite rich off. I can't remember their name now. I think they're Kayo, and then Sayo, then the Nigerian team who are currently second in their league. Even the Nigerian team that is in the first league, that's actually not a bad one as well. But let's see what happens. Let's hit continue. Let's see who comes back to us, and we'll take it from there. There's a few others. Al Salam of Saudi Arabia is a club that I took a little bit of an interest in. I just think it'll be fun to manage in Saudi Arabia, and I think that's a good start for the Asian leagues. They have a decent sized squad in terms of reserves and senior players, as well as under 21s. I feel like it could be a good squad to come into. Let's do this interview. Yeah, I think this will be a fun one. Don't think they're offering as much money as the soccer one. Just exploring my options. Don't want to turn that. Sign under 23s for the thing. Yeah, cool. No real preference when it comes to tactics. And just be in the 4th division. It is a 4th division Saudi team. Decided to load all the Saudis. Good transfer budget, by the way. Not too bad. Ladies and gents, we are back. And we've had a couple more approaches. Nothing great. These are still the 2 best options. And I have made a decision. We are going to go with the Saudi club ahead of the Japanese club. We're going to walk away from the Osaka job, and we're going to go take the Al Salam job in Saudi Arabia. That's right. We're going to Qatif at the Prince Naif bin Abdul Aziz Sports Center Stadium. We're going to have a look at that stadium. We're going to have a look at the quick squad first. Let's actually agree to this contract. Start the negotiations. Can I get a little bit more money? Can we go to 800? Can you give me 800? No? Yeah, they will. All right. There we go. That was super easy. 30% for manager. If anyone wants to poach me, they can. Depends on who poaches me. But there we go. Let's confirm it. There we go. Breaking news. Al Salam Club hire Argarides as their manager. Confirmation. Eyebrows have been raised over the 36-year-old being appointed as the manager. Al Nasir Al Abidi was the heading. I rejected the offer from Panama Viejo, by the way. They just weren't as good as anything else. Media prediction of 9th is where we had. No director of football, no assistant manager. We will sort all of that out. And this is what they generally play as. Like I said, every club we go to, we're going to have to play with a brand new tactic. I will be making notes of tactics that we have had in the past as well, so we don't confirm and we basically reduce and repeat what we did. That's the season. Top half finishes where we at. Tactics, we'll do all of that in a bit. Let's take a look at the squad. I hate these tutorials. They've made an offer for this guy already, Al Said. In terms of players, I mean, he's okay. He's actually quite good for this level. Obviously, we don't have any much money in the system at the moment. Data Hub. Let's look at the development. Do we have any guys that are hate these stupid things every time. I need to take them off. I keep forgetting. These are the ones to watch. 16-year-olds in the youth academy. I'm not going to call them up just yet. We only have an under-19 squad, so it's these 5. I mean, you're 17. You could come up to the first team. We'll see if we need to. When does the season start? The season starts in August, so we have about a month and a half. Can organize a bit more friendlies. We're starting off in the King's Cup is our first match in Saudi football. We are aiming for a top half finish in Group I. So ideally, 4th and above is where we want to be. There's a lot of groups in the Saudi lower leagues. The way it works, we can give you the quick breakdown. The group stages, first gets into promotion. They all then play knockout football for semi-final and final promotion. So it's simple as that. If you want to progress, we got to finish first. I guess that is the aim for this one. In terms of squad, we obviously need to build up a squad. We don't have much in terms of who is available. They don't have any transfers set in stone. They're trying to get Polovio, a Tongan striker. He is wanted. We don't have any scouts, so I can't actually scout anyone. That is one of the rules as well. I forgot to mention is that we can only sign players that we scout. And we're not going to use the player searches function. So I'm going to rely on, obviously, my director of football and my scouts to find me players that I need. My head of youth development can also pitch in there with some young prospect players. We've got no coaching staff. We've got no recruitment staff. We've got no physio. Well, we've got one physio in the building. I need to sort all of this out. But let's have a quick look at the players that we have. We've got Hassan Al-Ajoin, a goalkeeper. Not a bad goalkeeper. Not a bad goalkeeper. Played last season. 25 played, 15 conceded, 14 clean sheets. That is brilliant. We're going to be relying on him as well. Mustafa Al-Batran, a striker. 30-year-old with 12 finishing. 183, a little bit short, but it's okay. You can start at the back, though. Let's go with defensive centre-back, Murabak Al-Marazouk. I mean, he's not bad as well. He's actually pretty good centre-back in terms of his physicals and mental, especially for this developing. I mean, marking of 7 is great for this level. Ibrahim Al-Dan, a centre midfielder. EM as well. I mean, he's not too bad. 30 years old, a little bit on the older side. Faid Al-Haberi, a centre-back. I'm going to change the face backs. I don't know. Sometimes they get reassigned badly. Not a bad option either. And then we've got a man by the same name of Fahed Al-Habiri, a wing-back, which is interesting. A very good wing-back, actually. Are you related to the other Al-Habiri? I mean, you're born in Bukayrishaya. And are you born in the same place? Because that would be really cool. You're not. You're born in Abha. So you're not related. But in our minds, let's make them related. They're twins. They're both, what, 18? He's 17. He's a bit younger. Okay, so they can't be twins. They could be cousins. We'll go with cousins. Abdullah Al-Ashwan. He's not very good. And I mean, he's got great physicals. Everything else is just absolutely horrible. Abdullah Saeed. I mean, I'd like to keep him. He is currently a bid going against him with Al-Shahil. So I might have to offer him a new contract to try and keep him. Raid Al-Abbas. I like him. A good striker. Very good bravery and aggression, which I like. And then our final player in the team is Mustafa Al-Batran. Another striker. We looked at him already. He was good. In terms of the under-19s, we can have a quick look at them as well. A centre-back, 16-year-old. I mean, could potentially be one day a great player. Al-Mutari, a good prospect as well. Abdullah Fatala, a left-back, who I'm going to actually promote at 17 years old. He's got very good tackling, which is always fantastic to see move to the senior squad. Naif Al-Ali. Okay, he's not bad. He's not great, though. Same. I like his physicals. Everything else, not so great. And Hassan Al-Shamari, also not that great. Right, that is the squad, guys. That is the episode, I guess. We are going our first step into the Pentagon challenge. First thing I'm going to do is ask to start a coaching course. Let's see if they give it to me. We'll find out next episode. I am going to start scouting some players. I need to get some staff in here first as well. We can, like I said, we can use the scouting recruitment focuses. That's what we're going to be aiming for. Obviously, we can't set up anything at the moment because we don't have any scouts. And we can use the transfer. We can just request here. That's how we're going to find our players. That is the way we're going to do. We're not going to transfer search players. We're not going to use the players in range motion and all that stuff. We are going to rely solely on our scouts for the Pentagon challenge. We'll see you next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed the hunt. I loved it. With that being said, it is the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoy everything. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Pentagon challenge is in the house. I'm going to play tomorrow's episode. So if you see the same jumper, it's all good. Don't worry. We're going to continue. We're going to build a squad. We're going to go and get promotion. There you go. Peace. Chicken grease.